Sarai Keish pressed her claw-tipped finger into the treaty's biometric seal. The hollow panel flashed green. Coalition High Command's emblem pulsed in approval. Marriage ratified, General, the officiant droned. You are now bound to Staff Sergeant Jack Rourke of the United Earth Forces. Sarai straightened her carapace armor. Her mandibles clicked in restrained fury. This union sealed peace with the humans and ended the Vask War by tethering her coalition to their unpredictable alliance. She scanned the chamber. Officers nodded stiffly. No one met her eyes. The doors hissed open. Jack Rourke strode in, helmet under one arm, broad-shouldered, scarred face, calm under-cropped black hair. Human standard-issue fatigues hugged his frame. He stopped 2 paces away and saluted. Ma'am. Sergeant Rourke reporting as ordered. Sarai studied him. Expendable infantry. Assigned for optics. Staff Sergeant. The treaty binds us. You understand your role? Jack's gray eyes flicked to the hollow seal. Walk the walk, General. Show the Vask we're done fighting.
She nodded once. Her staff parted as they exited.
Whispers followed. A human bridegroom.
2 days later, Marshal Vadron Holt burst into the command tent.
His frilled crest flared red with agitation. General Keish, Holt slammed a datapad on the table. High Command demands a unity demonstration. A parade through Keldar City. Live fire escort. Prove the treaty holds. Sarai's officers froze. Keldar sat on the contested frontier. Vask Warlord Kroon held the outskirts. Ambushes claimed convoys weekly. A parade? Captain Lyra hissed. Through a kill zone? Holt's crest pulsed. Symbolic. The Vask watch. If they strike, we crush them. Peace through strength, not surrender. Sarai gripped the table edge. Holt's hardliners despised the marriage. This reeked of sabotage. Approved routes? Holt activated the holomap. A broad avenue snaked through rubble-choked streets, flanked by light scouts ahead, her heavy tanks in column behind. Standard formation. Your new husband leads the vanguard. Jack leaned forward from his seat at the map's edge. He'd arrived early, silent until now. No. Every crest flared. Sarai turned. Explain, Sergeant. Jack tapped the map. Enemy nests ringed the route. Rooftops, alleys, sewer grates. Bottleneck here. Boss Kevies punch through scouts. Pin tanks. Parade becomes graveyard. Holt sneered. Human intuition? Our Sims cleared this. Jack ignored him. Stood. Grabbed a red map marker from Sarai's kit. His hand moved like a surgeon's scalpel. He slashed a staggered wedge. Armored personnel carriers fanned forward in echelon. Tanks offset behind, cannons covering gaps. Scouts started flanks, not leads. Rearguard looped wide for counter-ambush. Move like this, Jack said. Wedge bites first, overlap fire. Vask mass the center. They die in lanes. Sarai's staff clustered closer. Lieutenant Voss traced the lines. Expose his flanks early.
Jack nodded. That's the point.
Draw them. Then close the trap. Silence stretched. Sarai felt the shift, her officers' crests dimming from red to neutral blue. Holt's face twisted. Preposterous. Holt barked.
Parade protocol. Overrides protocol. Sarai cut in. Her voice carried steel.
Sergeant Rourke commands the escort. Follow his layout. Execute. Holt stormed out.
The tent emptied. Jack wiped the marker residue on his thigh.
You didn't have to back me, he said quietly. Sarai met his gaze. Results matter. Not pride. Dawn broke over Keldar. Sarai climbed into the command APC beside Jack, her personal guard wedged tight around them. 6 vehicles, cannons hot. The convoy rumbled out, staggered wedge just as marked. Jack checked his rifle, scoped it through the viewport. Devask love-masked rushes, Kroon style. They'll hit hard, center. Sarai's claws flexed on her pistol. Your plan anticipates this? He shrugged. Standard drill, seen it on a dozen worlds. Artillery whistled. First rounds cratered the avenue ahead. Vask heavies, hulking beetle tanks poured from side streets. Hundreds of infantry swarmed behind, plasma lances glowing. Contact, Jack barked into comms. Flanks hold. Center squeeze. Sarai's driver gunned forward. The wedge flexed. Her APC slewed left, exposing Vask to overlapping fire. Coalition railguns chattered. Enemy beetle tanks erupted in geysers of slag. Jack kicked the hatch, leaped out. Rifle cracked, precise bursts dropped Vask, pointmen charging their flank.
He rolled behind rubble, popped up, fired again.
Sarai followed. Her squad laid suppressing fire. A Vask plasma bolt scorched her poltron, She returned fire, nailed the shooter through its visor. Jack vaulted a barricade. Grenade arced from his launcher. Exploded amid a vast squad, shredding them. He didn't shout. Didn't hesitate. Just advanced. Rifle barking. "Vanguard, pinch," he called, his voice cut through chaos. Sarai's tanks lumbered in. Cannons roared.
The wedge collapsed on Kroon's rush. Vask infantry piled in heaps.
Beetle tanks brewed up, one after another. A Vask elite, hulking with vibraclaws, leapt from an alley. Jack met it head-on, sidestepped the slash. Butt-stroked its mandible, rifle buttstock shattered bone.
He drove his knife into its throat. Twisted.
Dropped it. Humans fought like that, as baseline? Kroon's voice boomed over stolen comms.
What sorcery?
Fall back. The Vask broke. Coalition drones pursued, picking off stragglers. Jack wiped green ichor from his blade, holstered it. Clear. Sarai's chest heaved. Her staff rallied around him now, eyes wide. Whispers spread. He carved through elites. Alone? She touched his arm. Claws retracted, Sergeant. That was decisive. Jack scanned the horizon, humble shrug.
Just infantry work, ma'am.
Keeps us breathing. Holt's face appeared on her comms. Crest ashen. The parade succeeded. But Kroon retreats to regroup. This proves nothing. Sarai killed the link. She looked at Jack, remapping her war in her mind. The treaty hadn't stopped the war. It had armed her with one. Mines erupted under the lead hover truck. Flames bloomed. Shrapnel sleeted across the boulevard. Sarai gripped her command rail as her convoy lurched. Vasket insurgents poured fire from rooftops, plasma bolts stitching the street. Her vanguard squad shredded in seconds. Ambush, her radio men barked. Killbox confirmed. Sarai's claws dug into her seat. Holt's proof battle parade, a staged convoy through contested ruins to test the treaty marriage. Prove the human expendable. Her troops returned fire wildly. Bolts scorched facades. Vask positions held firm. Jack Rourke exploded from the troop compartment behind her. Her human husband, staff sergeant, calm eyes, wedding band glinting on his finger. He sprinted forward through the smoke. No helmet call. No orders. Rifle slung low. A wounded Kresh private thrashed in a crater. Flames licked his armor. Jack dove, grabbed the alien's harness, dragged him 30 meters back under cover. The private's leg trailed sparks. Another blast rocked the street. Vask RPG slammed a second truck. Wreckage sprayed. 2 more crashed down, screaming. Jack snatched a buckled shield plate from the debris. 800 kilos of alien alloy.
He heaved it upright, wedged it into the crater lip.
Braced his boot against it. "Cover!" he yelled. His voice pierced the din. Human accent clipping syllables. Sarai's driver swerved their command skiff behind it.
Her squad piled in. Plasma pinged off the plate.
Jack leaned out. Rifle cracked deliberate shots. One Vask gunner toppled from a balcony. Headshot. "General," her lieutenant shouted. Suppressing fire, Sarai keyed her mic. "All units, hold. Rorik has the gap." Jack scanned the rooftops.
Pointed. Red sector, 11 o'clock. 2 nests.
Blue sector, 3 high. Controlled bursts.
5 rounds. Shift.
Her troops hesitated. Kresh doctrine favored full auto. Saturate. Now, Jack snapped. Not a shout. Command. Sarai's gunner obeyed first. Burst. 5 bolts. Vask nest silent. The line followed. Bursts disciplined. Roofs cleared one by one. Vask fire faltered. As I watched, mandibles tight. Humans fought precise. Her coalition poured power. Jack conserved it. Voss counterfire redoubled. Heavy cannon from a side alley.
It chewed the shield plate. Jack ducked.
Plate buckled. "Flank squad," he called to her reserves. Service tunnel, left flank. 20 meters in. Up the vents. Pinch 'em.
Her sergeant blinked. "Tunnel's mined."
"Clear it," Jack said. "Bangalore if you have to. Go." The squad moved.
10 Kresh infantry, plasma lances hot.
They vanished into the grate. Sarai tracked their icons on her HUD. Jack covered them. Rifle barked. He dropped a Vask spotter mid-leap. Tunnel squad pinged. Breach complete. Explosions ripped from the rear. Vask screams echoed. Her flanking troops erupted behind the ambush nests. Vibro blades hummed. Plasma reversed. The killbox collapsed. Vask broke for alleys. Coalition drones swooped in, lasers flashing. Jack lowered his rifle. Stood. Smoke curled from his barrel. He checked the wounded private. Tourniquet applied. Clear, he said. Sarai stepped from the skiff. Her boots crunched glass. Troops stared at Jack. Whispers rippled. The human held the breach. Alone. She approached, claws sheathed. Sergeant Rourke. You turned their trap. Jack wiped sweat from his brow. Humble nod.
Standard drill, ma'am. Infantry plugs holes.
Her radio man thrust a tablet forward. Enemy chatter intercepted. Timing's exact. Mines at Mark 32. Heavy fire at 35. Sarai's crest flared. Parade schedule leaked. Holt's aide handled logistics. Jack glanced at the data. Matches. Their freak hopped right on our ping. Insider. Eyes turned to Lieutenant Var. Holt's embedded observer. The aide froze, frills paling. Sarai's voice hardened. Var. Under arrest. Secure him. Troops snapped to it.
Bar protested. General!
Loyalty to the marshal. Traitor. She cut him. Cuffs clicked. Jack said nothing. Just reloaded his rifle. Scanned the rooftops again. Sarai's comms buzzed. Marshal Holt's face filled the screen. Casualties minimal. Vask repelled. But this parade succeeded, she interrupted. Your proof battle exposed a leak. And a weapon. She glanced at Jack. His calm eyes met hers. Wedding vow fresh.
War map shifting. Holt's crest twitched.
One human skirmish proves no war winner. Croon masses armies. Real test awaits. Sarai killed the link. Her staff clustered. A crash captain murmured. He dragged me from fire. Baseline human? She touched Jack's arm. Skin warm under uniform. Claws retracted fully. Sergeant.
Walk with me.
They moved to the crater edge. Vask bodies cooled. Her flanking squad emerged. Dragging prisoners. One grunted at Jack. Soft skin turned tide. Jack shrugged. Teamwork. Arranged marriage for peace. Holt's hardliners forced this test.
Now?
Her coalition whispered of human fieldcraft. Aggression chained to control. Vask warlord Croon underestimated symbols. Holt underestimated baselines. Rourke, she said low.
Teach it.
He met her gaze. Slight smile.
Yes, ma'am. Starts with marriage. Tease light. Human humor. Her mandibles clicked amusement. Chest warmed. Peace treaty armed us both. Drones reported. Croon's main force inbound. Massed armor. No retreat this time. Sarai keyed fleet command. All units, reform on the human.
Jack shouldered his rifle. Lead on, General.
Holt's fleet loomed on scopes. Real battle brewed. Her human waited. Ready. Peace? No. Victory. Explosions rattled distant ruins. Croon's vanguard probed. Sarai's claws flexed. Jack beside her. Treaty symbol became spearhead. Her lieutenant reported. Var cracked. Holt fed intel direct. Sarai nodded. Relayed to high command. Marshal relieved.
Jack scanned ahead.
Incoming heavies. Flank prep? She signaled ascent. Troops moved with new rhythm. His rhythm. Coalition guns charged. Jack advanced first. Rifle steady. Sarai followed. Marriage sealed war's end. His way. Jack dashed forward, rifle barking precise bursts into the Vask vanguard. Gray-skinned brutes toppled, their crude plasma lances clattering on shattered stone. Sarai matched him stride for stride, her pulse carbine humming. She nailed a hulking scout through its chestplate. The creature spasmed and fell. Flank left, Jack called. His voice cut clean over the din. Coalition troops peeled off, lasers flashing. Vask probes shattered under crossfire. Sarai's mandibles tensed. Holt's proof battle demand echoed in her mind. Jack leading a token detachment on open ground to validate the treaty marriage. Hardliners called humans fragile diplomats. She'd accepted command to shield the peace. Now ruins smoked around them. Jack halted at a ridgeline's base, eyes scanning slopes pocked with erosion gullies. Here, we hold this line. Sarai signaled ascent. Dig in, all squads, layered positions. Troops dropped packs, shovels bit earth. Jack directed with calm gestures, front trench shallow for quick fire, rear berms for heavy guns, gullies laced with tripwires. Sun dipped low. Vask thunder rolled closer, engines growling like beasts. Decoys first. He unpacked sensor buoys, rigged them with false heat signatures. Drones whirred out, broadcasting static-laced chatter. Light force withdrawing east. Enemy scouts crested a distant rise. Their optics swept the ridgeline. Sarai watched via tactical feed. Probes pinged empty ground, no entrenchments visible under camo nets. Jack's team stretched taut. Scouts report minimal presence, her lieutenant murmured. Kroon will commit. Jack nodded, wiring awful minds into paths. Claymore analogs, human style, packed shrapnel from scavenged Vask hulls. They bite early. We lock the trap.
Night fell.
Coalition dug deeper, silent. Token force, 200 souls, mostly her Kresh regulars bolstered by Jack's 20 humans. Expendable, Holt sneered in council vids. Prove value or die.
Sarai gripped her carbine. Jack's presence steadied her.
Arranged vows exchanged under fleet guns. Peace symbol. His hand brushed hers during ceremony. Warm. Steady. Now, that warmth fueled her claws. Drones buzzed back. Vask main force, 5,000 foot, 200 heavies. Kroon leads personally. Targeting the soft-skinned pair. Sarai's spines bristled. Warlord Kroon saw their marriage as weakness. Crush the symbol, shatter the treaty. Jack checked his squad. Front line, hold fire till my mark. Mines first. Humans nodded. Faces smudged, rifles oiled. She watched him work. Humans called this infantry basics. To her coalition, it birthed nightmares overnight. Ground quaked. Vask armor crested horizon, treads pulverizing earth. Infantry swarmed behind, tusked masses, chanting crew's name. Enemy lead tanks halted. Optics swept again. No forts. A Vask growl crackled on intercepted comms. Charge! Jack's voice whispered over net. Mines hot. Vask heavies lurched forward. Front ranks hit gullies. Explosions ripped skyward. Awful mines erupted. Shrapnel clouds shredded legs, torsos. Vask screamed, tumbling into pits. Lead tanks slewed, treads snapping on buried charges. One flipped, crushing its crew. Front, trench, fire, Jack ordered. Coalition lasers stabbed out. Human rifles cracked, headshots dropping Vask officers mid-roar. Sarai fired from her berm, dropping 2 brutes. Jack stood exposed, rifle steady, picking targets. A Vosk heavy swung turret her way. He lunged, grenade arcing perfect. Boom, optics shattered, tank blind. Vask committed fully. Waves poured into kill zone, trampling their dead. Second layer, enfilade. Flank gullies lit up. Pre-sighted mortars thumped. Airburst rounds, shredded ranks. Sarai's feed showed carnage. Vosk armor bottlenecked. Infantry funneled into mined lanes. Decoys drew fire east. Dummy flares popping. Kroon's voice bellowed on open channel.
Flank the softskins. Overwhelm. His elites charged ridgeline center.
Jack met them head on. Rifle spat, then sidearm. He dropped 3, knife flashing for the 4th. Sarai covered him, carbine chewing through its shield. The brute fell at his feet. Humans rotated ammo calm. No panic. Kresh troops mimicked dig, fire, shift. Her people moved faster now, infected by his rhythm. Vask heavies pushed through smoke. One crested berm, anti-tank teams, Sarai snapped. Rockets streaked. Tank erupted, spraying molten slag. Jack waved forward, squads. Push the breach. Coalition countercharged downslope. Vask broke, trampling back. Kroon's command tank retreated, trailing smoke. Regroup. The humans, demons. Sarai's troops cheered. Prisoners dragged in, muttering of soft-skin sorcery. Jack wiped blade clean. Sarai approached. Her claws touched his shoulder, firm. You chose this ground. Built the nightmare.
He met her gaze.
Slight grin. Your troops executed perfect. Mandibles clicked, her laugh. Chest warmed again. Marriage more than ink now. His competence chained her fear into victory. Lieutenant reported. Kroon's main retreats. Losses. 80% Vanguard. Drones pinged new signatures. Holt's fleet icons blinked on scopes. Hardliners circling, ignoring relief orders. Jack scanned horizon. They'll probe again. Flank secure? Sarai nodded. Reinforced. But Holt, explosions bloomed far off. Vask rallied. Coalition guns recharged. Jack shouldered rifle. Next wave incoming. Your call. Her claws flexed around his arm. Treaty symbol? Spearhead. Together, Vask thunder swelled anew. This time full assault. Her human waited, eyes sharp. Peace forged in fire. His fire. Vast war horns blared across the valley. Sarai scopes locked on the horde. Kroon's armored infantry, 10,000 strong, surging like a pharaoh beast stampede. Hover tanks flanked the mass, cannons glowing hot.
Jack, fall back. Sarai barked into her comm. Her claws dug into his arm.
Kroon commits everything. You'll be annihilated.
He shook his head, rifle slung easy. Not yet, General. Watch. Her mandibles clenched. He shrugged off her grip and strode down slope alone. Coalition troops froze behind berms. Her officers gaped through targeting overlays. Jack halted at the kill zone's edge. Mine belts glittered faint under dust. He raised his rifle, fired a single burst skyward. Flare popped bright. Vast vanguard locked on.
Hulking warriors in power armor bellowed charges. They funneled straight into the traps.
Sarai's heart rhythm spiked. He's drawing them in. Alone? Explosions chained. First mine caught a lead trooper's footplate. Shrapnel shredded legs. Chain reaction rippled. Pop, pop, crump. Voska ranks crumpled into pits. Armor plates flew. Screams cut short. Jack didn't flinch. He popped smoke grenades. Gray clouds billowed thick, swallowing the front wave. Smoke's too dense for their scanners. Her lieutenant muttered. He's blinding them. Vask pushed blind. Second wave piled into the mess. Mines kept cooking off. Bodies stacked into berms of their own flesh. Jack vanished into the haze. Sarai zoomed scopes. Caught his shadow. Low crawl up a ridge. He signaled with laser pointer. Coalition snipers on elevation answered. Crossfire lashed down. Enemy column fractured. Left flank pinned by enfilade. Right bunch stalled in smoke. Pockets formed. Isolated. Vosk heavies roared forward to rally. Kroon's voice boomed over open channels. Crush the soft-skinned diplomat. For the Vask! Jack emerged from smoke like a specter. Grenade launcher barked. Rounds arced into the armor line. First tank's engine vent exploded in fireball. Crew bailed, clawing at flames. Sarai's troops shifted eager. General, we advance? Hold. Her voice steel. She watched Jack weave between wrecks. Point blank, he slapped Magplus charges on engine housings. Detonations rocked the line. Treads locked.
Kroon's heavies stole dead. Vosk infantry panicked.
Trapped pockets fired wild. Jack ghosted through, rifle spitting precise. Standards toppled. Enemy banners ripped free by his blade. Sarai's claws flexed on her command rail. This human moved like liquid death. No rage. Just rhythm. Her people's vaunted shield walls crumbled before one man's fieldcraft. Kroon's command tank slewed.
Tried to reverse. Jack lobbed his last grenade. Hit dead center.
Turret spun wild, then tank listed smoking. Vosk broke. Survivors fled in droves. Kroon's signal cut mid-rant. Jack stood amid the wreckage, collected 3 standards on his rifle barrel. Walked back up slope. Casual, like after a patrol. Sarai keyed open channel. All units hold position.
He's got it. Troops obeyed.
Murmur spread. The human, alone? He reached her line, tossed the standards at her feet. Blood flecked, but intact. Grinned faint under helmet cam. Proof. Kroon's vanguard done. Flanks next, her mandibles parted. Chest thrummed hot. She gripped a standard, heavy with enemy weave. You walked into that, drew the whole wave.
Standard Lauren trap, ma'am. He wiped blade on thigh plate.
Your mines and guns made the kill. Lieutenant jogged up. Scans clear, General. Kroon pulls main force. 85% losses. Drones whirred overhead. New alerts pinged. Not Vask. Coalition signatures. Holt's hardliner fleet. Icons circling defiantly. Sarai's spines bristled. Marshal Holt ignores relief orders. Again.
Jack scanned horizons. Smoke trails lingered.
He wants his proof battle. Thinks peace is weakness. Her claws brushed his pauldron. Firm now, not desperate.
You just gave proof. To all of us.
Explosions bloomed distant. Vask probes testing flanks. Coalition guns traversed. Holt's voice crackled on priority band. General Caish, report. That human stunt changes nothing. Vask hoard masses for true test. Withdraw your farce marriage or face court-martial. Sarai muted him. Met Jack's eyes, steady blue. Holt engineers this. Forces a test to break the treaty. Jack nodded, checked mags. Then we pass it. Together, She signaled advance squads. Together. Effect. Basque Thunder rebuilt. Kroon rallied remnants, reinforced by fresh legions. Armored phalanxes reformed, learning from the slaughter, but slower now. Cautious. Sarai's forward observers called contacts. Enemy air cavalry inbound. Skimmers with shock lances. Jack dropped prone beside her berm. Flankers. Your anti-air? Deployed. She tagged batteries. Missiles streaked up. Skimmers burst, mid-dive.
He grinned. Good.
Now the ground push. Vasque infantry crested opposite ridge, disciplined this time. Shields interlocked. Kroon's banners high. Sarai's artillery zeroed. Shells walked fire ahead, ranks thinned but horde pressed. Jack rose. My turn. He bounded forward with a fire team human privates, coalition auxiliaries mixed. Slid into defilade. Sarai tracked via drone feed. He seeded more smoke. Vasque shields parted to vent heat. Jack exploited, grenades through gaps. Explosions stove innards. Auxiliaries laid crossfire. Human privates barked fire discipline, controlled bursts. Vasque phalanx splintered again, pockets formed. Coalition heavies lumbered up, lasers carving isolated groups. Kroon committed reserves. Hover tanks surged, cannons live. Jack vectored on them. With 2 humans, he flanked wide, used elevation. Rocky outcrops her troops avoided as unstable. Terrain's fault line. Risky. He didn't care. Close to knife range. Charges slapped on vents. Tanks brewed up sequential. Kroon's personal guard charged to cover retreat. Hulks with vibro axes. Jack met them head on. Rifle down. Blade out. First Vasque swung wild. Jack ducked, slashed hamstrings. Second impaled on thrust. Her troops watched silent. One auxiliary whispered, "Demon skin." Sarai silenced him. Pride swelled. Not demon.
Human.
Her human. Jack dragged Kroon's personal standard back, dropped it with the others. Breathing steady. Horde breaks. Indeed.
Vasque fled valley-wide. Coalition drones pursued.
Holt's icons closed. Bombardment runs prepped. On her position?
Sarai hailed him. Marshal, battle won.
Vasque routed. Cease interference. Static. Then, illusion. Human trickery. I test the marriage's worth. Full assault incoming.
Hardliners turned on their own.
Jack overheard.
Friendly fire. Your call, General.
She armed plasma lance. All units brace. Coalition guns swung skyward. Holt's dropships darkened horizon. Proof battle twisted, against peace itself. Jack shouldered rifle. Claws met his hand. Bond sealed in blood. Warlord crushed. Hardliner next. Vasque remnants, scattered, but Holt's fleet dove. Shells screamed in. Sarai's voice boomed. Hold the line! Explosions shook earth. Jack fired first. Peace's fire burned hottest. Shells cratered the ridge. Sarai yanked Jack behind a ferrocrete slab.
Rourke, you charged Kroon's axes alone.
Reckless. Treat this marriage as command reality. No more gambles. Jack rolled to his knee, rifle barking at a dropship gunner. The alien tumbled midair.
General, war's not over. Holt's testing us.
Plans here. He slapped a rugged tablet into her claws. Your arty codes lock the timing. Hit their flanks at 040 Zulu. I'll hold the post.
Sarai scanned the hollow map.
Simple lines. Kill zones in the fault trenches. Human feints drawing fire. Humans fought dirty close. Effective. Authorized. But you stay in Overwatch. No blades this time.
He nodded, eyes on the sky.
Dropships bloomed fire. Holt's voice crackled over open channel. Proof of weakness. Human consort exposed. Vosk allies converge.
Her mandibles clicked fury.
Leaked position. Hardliner sabotage. Night deepened as drones jammed stars. Command post lights winked out. Alarms wailed. Infantry inbound. Vasque shadows swarmed the perimeter. Hulking forms, vibro claws gleaming under dual moons. Sarai's guards formed hasty line. Plasma lances spat blue fury. One Vasque breached, axe shearing a trooper's arm. Jack seized her harness. Trench now. He dragged her into the maintenance ditch, mud sucking at boots. Claws scraped ferrocrete. Gunfire rattled above.
She protested. My post.
He kicked a grate loose. They crawled through slime-choked pipes, emerging in a shattered hablock. Ruined tower loomed, stairs buckled but climbable. Vask shouts echoed.
Kill the bride symbol. Peace ends.
Jack boosted her up. Tower top. Sniper perch. He slung rifle, check scope. Sarai covered flanks, lance humming. They gained the platform, cracked Pharaoh overlooking the post. Her guards fell back, outnumbered. Holt's icons hovered, denying support.
Bosk warband targeted the central bunker, her. Jack glassed them.
Lead scout, vibro pistol. Mine. Crack. Headshot. Vask dropped, rolled downhill. Sarai aimed. Flanker left. Her lance vaporized a knee. Screech followed.
He tagged 3 more.
Precise. Relentless.
They're bunching. Your call on Artie preview? Not yet.
Draw them. Bodies piled at the post door.
Vosk hesitated, sniffing air. Human scent.
Jax, a brute captain bellowed.
Soft-skin witch. Show. Jack chuckled low.
Bait taken. He fired suppression, pinging armor.
Vask charged the tower base. Sarai's hearts raced. Jack vaulted the rail, dropped to a ledge, knife flashed. 2 Vask, gutted before they swung. He climbed back, blood smeared. Calm. Her troops rallied via tack link.
General holds. Human executioner. More Vask crested.
Jack sniped the torchbearer. Banner fell. Panic rippled enemy ranks. Artie window, Jack said.
Now, Sarai keyed codes.
Coalition fire support. Danger close. Trench alpha. Fire for effect. Whistles preceded hell. Shells marched fault lines. Vask columns vanished in geysers. Fault cracked wider, swallowing squads. Survivors fled into Holt's no-fire zone. Dropships peeled off. Holt's channel spat. Retreat illusion. Marriage fails. Sarai sees command net. All units. Marshal Holt relieved. Treason confirmed. My authority. Absolute. Silence. Then cheers from her lines. Auxiliaries chittered. Human turns tide. Jack wiped blade. Hordes broken again. Your move, wife.
She faced him, spines relaxing. Claws gripped his shoulder.
Not prop Rourke. Battlefield partner. Plan the hardliner hunt. His grin flashed. Rifle ready. But sensors pinged. Vask remnants rallied under new icon. Kroon's successor? No. Holt's dropship circled back, guns hot. Shells incoming, again.
Sarai's lance charged. Jack shouldered beside her.
Keese demanded blood first. Dawn clawed the horizon. Sarai's convoy punched through debris fields. Holt's fleet scattered, but his ground remnants dug in at the relay spire. Key to coalition comms. Lose it. War reignited galaxy-wide. Jack rode shotgun in her command skimmer. Tablet updated. Fresh scouts marked traps. Hardliners hold up. Vask Merc screening. We feint east. Hit service tunnels.
She nodded. Your fieldcraft leads.
My guns follow. Mandibles brushed his ear. Intimate. Earned. Troops ahead whispered. Human alien pact solidified in fire. Perimeter breached quiet. Jack's demo charges silenced watchtowers. They infiltrated under smoke. Holt's bunker thrummed. Vask guards patrolled halls, axes low. Sarai's stealth squad flanked. Jack ghosted ahead. Knife whispering. First sentry down. Throat slit silent. Second knifed, mid-yawn. Her claws itched to join, but discipline held, his tempo. Central chamber. Holt barked orders to hollow consoles. Marriage discredits us. Rally fleets. Jack breached door. Rifle spat suppressed. Holt's aides crumpled. Marshal spun, pistol rising. Sarai's lance pierced his shoulder pauldron. He dropped weapon, spines, splaying surrender. You leak my post, she growled. Engineer assault on peace. Holt snarled. Human plague. Weakens coalition. Jack zip-tied him. Calm. Plague wins wars. She broadcast arrest fleet-wide. Holt detained. Peace holds. Human integration protocol active. Cheers echoed channels. Her spines straightened pride. Jack's hand found hers. Steady anchor. But relay pinged urgent. Vask warlord signal. Bride lives. Then we glassed the valley. Massed assault inbound. Partners armed. War's last test. Sarai's claws dug into the skimmer dash. Vask poured crested opposite ridge. Tanks, walkers, infantry seas. Holt's leak drew them like blood.
Jack keyed Artie. Your timing, General.
Fire mission approved. Shells arced. Walker's brood sequential vents erupting. Vask charged anyway. Axes high. Her troops braced trenches. Jack vaulted out. Cover me. Rifle cracked Walker's treads. He closed, knife range. First brute swung. Jack ducked, hamstrung.
Second impaled.
Demonskin fights. Sarai silenced channel. Pride burned.
Human. Hers.
He dragged enemy standard back. Horde breaks.
Indeed. Vosk fled. Drones pursued, but skies darkened anew. Coalition icons? No rogue hardliners. Holt's allies.
Friendly fire, Jack said. Her lance armed.
Defensive. Brace. Dropships dove. Shells screamed. Sarai boomed. Hold. Jack fired first. Executioners fire-sealed bonds. Vast routed valley-wide. Hardliners next. Night swallowed the spire. Sarai paced the captured bunker. Jack cleaned rifle nearby. Reports flooded. Holt's faction crumbling. Vask suing terms. You risked again, she said. Claws on his arm. Axes blades. Demand together. We're linked. Command together.
He met her gaze.
Plan for mop-up. Tablet passed. Arty on stragglers. Your codes.
She took it. Spines touched his. Affirmation.
Alarms, shrieked. Sensors. Vask night raid. Holt's final gift. Leaked cords again. Shadows hit perimeter. Axes clashed. Guards. Jack grabbed harness. Trench. They dove maintenance ditch. Pipes choked. Emerged at tower ruin. Vosk swarmed post. Bride dies. Jack sniped. Lead Jack's rifle cracked. The lead Bask raider crumpled, axe skidding across gravel. Sarai's pulse rifle hummed beside him, dropping the next brute mid-leap. Shadows boiled from the tower ruin. Dozens more. Croon's night wolves. Axes glinting under flarelight. Flank left, Jack said. He rolled low. Knife flashing into a Vask throat. Sarai covered her lance, sweeping two more. Guards rallied behind them. Coalition fire stitching the dark. But alarms wailed wider. Sensors lit the valley. Vask columns surged from the tree line. Croon's full encirclement snapping shut. Command, this is Kaish. Sarai barked into comms. Front collapsing. Rally to redoubt Alpha. Her troops fell back, trenches buckling under massed axes and crawler fire. She grabbed Jack's harness. With me. Hold the line. He nodded, reloading smooth. Go. I'll thin their spearhead. They split at the ditch. Sarai vaulted into the redoubt, spines rigid. Coalition walkers brewed under Vask shells, vents erupting plasma. Her auxiliaries braced barricades, Kresh lances humming, Teller shields locking. Vask charged anyway. Croon's brutes in endless waves, horns bellowing war chants. Reports flooded, left flank pierced. Right buckling. Croon in circles. Her exo crackled. Holt's leak fed them our grid. We're meat. Sarai silenced doubt. Artillery inbound. Hold. She led the counter-push herself, lance thrusting into the first wave. Vask axes clashed her guard. Sparks flew, limbs severed. She impaled a bull-necked sergeant, yanked free, fired again. Blood slicked her plates. Pride surged. Her line held, barely. Comms pinged. Jack. Supply carriers tagged. Fire for effect. Shells arced from coalition guns. Distant booms rolled. Sarai glanced at scopes. Rear Vask echelons faltered. Carriers erupting in fuel fireballs. Horde stumbled mid-advance, warriors clawing at empty packs. Croon's logistics gutted, like routine patrol work. Human does this? A Kresh lieutenant gasped beside her. One man? But awe rippled her ranks. Axes halted yards short. Vask snarling hunger. Her push gained yards. Coalition fire chewed the stalled mass. Jack's voice cut in. Radio node secured. Broadcasting. Static hissed across enemy bands. Sarai patched in. False orders boomed in Vask gutturals. Wings retreat to secondary ridge. Bride escapes. Croon's army fractured. Left wing peeled back, crawlers reversing. Right surged blind into kill zone. Sarai's spines flared triumphant. Now, coordinated push, all units. She led from the front. Lance lanced a path, her guards smashing through. Coalition walkers lumbered forward, treads grinding Vask dead. Drones swarmed skies, lacing stragglers. The road to Croon's capital cracked open. Enemy wings slamming into each other in chaos. They're breaking, Exo yelled. Sarai pressed. Rifle barking. Vask routed valley-wide. Axes dropped in flight. But Croon's guard held the pass elite brutes. Shields locked. Croon's banner high. Comms. Jack. On Kroon. Cover fire. Sarai vectored drones his way. Scopes showed him ghosting the ridge, single shadow against a score of guards. Vask axes swung wild. Jack ducked, rifle spitting precise. 3 down. Knife out. He hamstrung the next, drove blade up, under chin. Guards wheeled. Jack vaulted a corpse, pistol barking. Last 2 charged. He sidestepped, tripped one into the other's axe. Mutual slaughter. Kroon, bellowed from his crawler, personal guard forming wedge. Jack closed anyway. Knife parried axe, boot cracked knee. He rode the falling Vask down, pistol to temple. Click empty. Grabbed the axe, buried it in the next throat.
Cruise! Crawler hatch slammed. Guards piled on.
Sarai's drones arrived, lasing 2. Jack finished the rest hand to claw. Blood masked, breathing steady.
He yanked Kroon out by horn.
Knife to throat. Surrender. The warlord froze. Eyes widened at the human door. Axes clattered surrender wide. Banner fell. Sarai crested the ridge. Troops cheering. Jack stood over Kroon. Knife steady. Their eyes met. Pride burned hotter than battle fire. Human. Hers. Dawn broke as terms signed. Kroon chained, capital gates swung wide. Holt's hardliners scattered, discredited by the proof battle they'd demanded. Peace held, forged in valley ash, but Sarai lingered on the ridge. Jack cleaned his knife nearby. Risked solo again, she said.
Doan.
Claws grazed his shoulder. Gentle claim. He shrugged. Humble. Standard op. Your push sealed it. She pulled him close, spines brushing his back. Ours. Always. Scout groan, robe Vask holdouts, Holt's last allies massing. Jack grinned. Mop up, her lance armed, together. Shells screamed anew. Sarai's redoubt shuddered. Vask counter-raid hit hard. Kroon's kin frenzied by the surrender, axes breached outer wire. Her guards fell back, lances overheating. Jack, she called. No response. Comms jammed. Trenches, choked with brutes, she fought through. Lance-carving path. Emerged at command post, Vask swarmed it. Kroon's brother howling, bride dies. Sarai charged. Lance impaled the howler. But Vask numbers swelled. Hundreds. Crawlers rumbling support. Then rifle cracks. Precise. Lead Vask dropped. Jack vaulted. Barricade, knife out. Flank. They fought back to back. His rifle downed crawlers. Treads severed, vents blown. Her lance shielded his reloads. Vask broke, fleeing into dawn. Troops gaped. Demon skin leads. Sarai silenced channel. Claws found Jack's arm. You vanished. Scouted supplies, he said. Passed tablet. Maps of Vask rear bases.
She took it. Spines touched his bond sealed.
Coalition icons stabilized. Capital fell by noon. Holt's dropships dove last rogue fire. Jack fired first. Sarai's lance armed beside Sar. Hardliners burned. Peace. But whispers grew. Human norm shattered doctrine. Sarai smiled. Let them learn. No. Rewind. The decisive push demanded more. Sarai gripped. Command perch. Valley scopes blazing. Kroon's encirclement tightened. Vask hordes from 3 ridges. Crawlers pounding her line. Coalition held thin. Shells low. Holt watched from orbit feed. Smirking at his test. Push denied. Comm sneered. Human bride fails. She ignored. Jack, status, behind lines. Carriers burning. Explosions chained rearward. Vaz advanced, starved. Warriors faltered, axes dragging. Sarai seized moment. All units, advance. Her line surged. Lancers pierced gaps, walkers crushed stalled brutes. Kroon's wings split on false radio, Jack's feed. Node down, he reported. They're chasing ghosts. Sarai slammed right wing, drones lasing left. Road opened. Troops poured through, capital in sights. Kroon's guard bunkered pass. Jack's icon blinked close. Cornered them. Drones relayed. Single magazine shredded half. Knife felled, rest. Kroon surrendered, horn bowed. Sarai arrived as chains clicked.
Jack wiped blade. Calm.
Routine. Coalition gasped. One human undid the horde. She met his gaze. Claws linked. War won. Marriage proven. Holt's signal cut Sarai shoved Warlord Kroon through the council chamber doors. His massive frame stumbled. chains rattling across the polished stone floor. Coalition delegates gasped from their perches. Kroon's horned head bowed low, Vask battle ink smeared with dirt. "Behold your undefeated foe," Saray declared. She thrust forward the captured data core, Jack's prize from the heart of Kroon's command node. Hollow screens flickered to life, broadcasting surrender codes pulsing green. The Vosk horde broken, their warlord yields. Kroon snarled, but knelt. The human felled my guard. "Accept my blade." He extended a jagged axe, hilt first. Delegates murmured. Saray's claws tightened on her lance. Victory tasted sharp, but Holt's absence gnawed. The marshal's feed had cut mid-sneer. No matter, peace sealed here. She activated the core. Treaty protocols locked in. Capital banners shifted. Coalition blue over Vask red. Cheers erupted. Then alarms wailed. Red lights strobed the chamber. "Intruders!" a delegate shouted. "Hardliner strike team, targeting delegates." Sarai's comms exploded. Holt's rogues inbound. Dropships pierced perimeter. Bomb planted at east doors. Her gaze snapped to the main entrance. Jack stood there, rifle slung casual across his chest. He met her eyes, nodded once. No words.
He turned and vanished into the corridor.
Sarai barked orders. "Secure the chamber." "Lancers to me." She dragged Kroon to a defensive perch, lance humming. Drones deployed, scanning feeds. Through the hololink she watched Jack move. A single figure in the dim service corridor. Strike Team 8 hardliners and powered exos, stacked at the bomb crate. Holt's voice crackled over their comms intercept. "In the treaty. Kill the human symbol. War renews under my command."
Jack ghosted forward. No charge.
He rolled a flash bead down the duct.
Muzzle flashes answered blind. He emerged, firing. Precise bursts. First hardliner dropped. Chest plate cracked. Second swung a plasma axe. Jack sidestepped, drove elbow into throat joint. Crack. Foe. Crumpled. Coalition feeds lit with alien awe. 1 against 8. He's unarmored. Sarai gripped the display. Jack's breaths steady on audio. He stripped the third's carbine mid-fall. Fired from hip. 2 more down. Hardliners rallied, exos whining as they closed to. Holt barked. "Crush him. For the Coalition's purity." Jack ducked a vibroblade. Grabbed the arm. Twisted. Joint popped. He slammed the foe's helmet into the wall. Dented metal. Jack kicked the crate. Bomb tumbled free. He scooped it mid-stride. Hurled back. Explosion rocked the corridor. Shrapnel shredding the last 3. They twitched in the smoke. Silence. Jack knelt at the doors. Wires snipped with multi-tool precision. Bomb display flatlined.
He stood, wiped hands on trousers. Clear.
Sarai exhaled. Chamber doors hissed open.
Jack strode in, unscathed save a singed sleeve. Delegates stared.
"Kroon!"
Rumbled low, eyes wide on the human. "Perimeter secure," Jack said. Calm. Routine.
He handed her the disarmed core. Holt's signature on the detonator.
She nodded. Claws brushed his knuckles. Bond-right ink still fresh. Council, apprehend Marshal Holt. Evidence mounts. Drones swarmed Holt's position. Orbital relay captured it all. Hardliners rallied in his flagship bay. Holt paced, barking to remnants. "The marriage weakens us. Human filth taints bloodlines. Strike now. Reclaim the war I forged." Sarai broadcast live. "Marshal Vedran Holt, you stand exposed." Holofeed zoomed. Intercepted logs scrolled. Holt's orders delaying relief drops. Sabotaged supply lines. Prolonged sieges for glory. Thousands dead to feed his ambition. Holt froze on screen. "Lies!" "Sarai, you wed a beast. Beast who ended Kroon's horde," she cut in. "Alone. As your test demanded, Coalition enforcers breached his bay." Holt drew sidearm, fired wild. Blasts glanced off drone shields. They swarmed him. Stun lances dropped him cold. Sarai faced the council. Exile to Vask fringe worlds. Broadcast fleet-wide. Delegates voted instant. Hammers fell. Cheers swelled. "Human fights like Storm Demon. Honor your union." Sarai turned to Jack. He leaned against a pillar, checking rifle mags. Humble shrug when eyes met. No boast. She stepped close, pulled him from the crowd. Chamber hushed. Jack Rourke, voice steady. "Our vows were forged in command decree. No longer. Claws traced his jaw. Gentle. I choose them now, freely. His hand covered hers. Warm. Steady. Reckon I do too, General. Council gasped soft. Alien unions renewed rare blood oaths only, but human touch sealed it deeper. Moreover, she said louder, the new joint army needs commanders, not symbols. Staff Sergeant, no, Colonel Rourke. Lead our infantry wing, teach them your normal. Grinned faint. If it keeps the peace, ma'am. Count me in. Delegates erupted. Croon boomed laugh. Holoscreens flashed. Treaty ratified. Joint banners rose. Sarai linked claws with Jack's fingers. Whispers faded. They learned today. Human competence no fluke. Routine terror to foes. Backbone to allies. But Holt's logs hid deeper. One line blinked. Human baseline exceeds projections. Acquire samples? Peace held, for now. She squeezed Jack's hand. Let them try. Jack wiped blade clean as Sarai chained Croon. Capitol spires loomed through the pass. Boss guards lay strewn. Magazine empties and knifework. Coalition gasped over comms. One human undid the horde. Sarai met his gaze. Claws linked. War won. But Holt's signal cut mid-transmission. Static hissed. Then, fresh alarms. Sarai's voice sharpened. Jack, council chamber. Hardliners inbound. He nodded. Slung rifle. On it.
Strike team's boots echoed ahead. 8 exos, bomb crate heavy.
He rolled the bead. Flashed.
Fired. Peace. Demanded teeth. He bared them. Holt's voice leaked. Kill the symbol. Bomb dead. Sarai's face appeared on his HUD. Pride gleamed. Clear, he said. She smiled. Claws ready for the rest. They called it a symbol. Until the symbol stopped a coup with his bare hands.